Hold your peace.
Go over the results of last week's scrimmage.
Holy cow, that's a long time ago now. Yeah, I'm trying to think. It was good. We stayed healthy, which is the most important part to me. I don't think we have any serious injury concerns at this point, which is positive. Got a lot of reps out of it and getting guys really, to me, we're kind of transitioning. This week's a big transition week into getting ready for the game. Out of training camp, because training camp really ended last week. Saturday morning ended training camp. In my mind, that practice, and now it's kind of transition week this week between training camp and game week. And guys learn how to be on a scout team, how to kind of get a little bit more game specific with things instead of just overall installations and all those things. But we're going to still get some situational work, some of that stuff to get cleaned up. This week, look at everything we haven't done, and then transition full go into next week's game week, because it's a tricky transition. I mean, for what will it be, 25 and 15? It's 40, and then 15. So I think we're 55 practices after this week, playing one game, and with the bowl game last year, 55 practices with one game, and now there's going to be a game every 4 practices. So it's kind of about really getting used to that transitional mindset.
When you talked about everyone staying healthy as a coach, what goes through your mind during the scrimmages to try to prevent those injuries when you hear around the country guys tearing ACLs and those major injuries? Can you prevent it, or how do you?
It's a fine line, You got to manage your team. You got to get them ready to play. You got to be physically ready to play. You got to physically be tough. And injuries happen. Injuries are, unfortunately, are a part of the game. You're hoping you're not doing things to put guys in adverse situations, but you can have an ACL with a guy jogging down the field at practice and just plants wrong. It's probably dangerous going to class. You roll your ankle off the side of the curb or something like that. Any of those type of situations can be dangerous. So you just, what you're hoping to do is to avoid preventable injuries. I think that's the big thing, is that you're always evaluating, are we doing things that is going to help prevent injuries and making sure that we're not putting guys in dangerous situations. And so that's what you look for in a scrimmage, make sure we get guys ready to play a game, but also hopefully keep guys out of dangerous situations.
Talking about injuries, how has Des Harris bounced back?
He's done well. I think missing spring ball obviously hurts for him. I haven't been out for a while right now, and that's a big learning curve. So he kind of missed a whole cycle in your development. And but I think he's doing well. You got to get him on special teams and get him some reps in the game and see, and hopefully he continues to grow and develop. And as time goes on, and he'll recover from missing that time in spring.